Hi there, my name is Tracy. This is the 3-Wick Thesis candle channel, and today I have for you a Lighting the Way episode on Goose Creek's Willow Tree Lane candle. I did already do a haul/lit review on this collection. I did not originally include the Willow Tree Lane in that purchase, so this is outside of that. I hauled it later but never did a full lit review on it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to talk about the cold impression, introduce the candle to you, and then share some burn video and talk about how it does in terms of performance. So let's start by going back in time, and I'm going to share with you the clip from the video I recorded when I first hauled this candle so that you get first impression and see what it looks like when it was brand new. I couldn't do it. I know. I try to not be a completionist. I couldn't help myself. I had to get the last one in the collection, y'all. I had to try it. It's the Willow Tree Lane. This was what the garden, I forget what it's called, garden something collection. And I didn't pick it up because it has moss in it and willow tree. And I feel like sometimes tree notes and moss can be too earthy and too sharp. There's just something cologne-y sometimes about tree notes. But I kept staring at it. I keep seeing good things about it online. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw it in the cart. Willow trees, sweet melon, wild blooms, and soft moss. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I should have bought it with the full collection. Yeah, the moss isn't coming through as like a stereotypical moss. It's not too earthy. I feel like I get mostly the melon, which smells like just a really sweet cantaloupe or like a honeydew. And then I'm getting a hint of floral. It's kind of adding just some like powdery sharpness without being too overpowering. I don't know what willow tree is supposed to smell like, but I don't get like a wood note. It's not cologne-y. If anything, you might argue that it's perfumey because of the florals, but honestly, it just smells like a typical floral candle. I don't get like a perfume essence to it. Yeah, it's really pretty. I have regrets. I wish I would have bought it with the full collection and I could have reviewed it more in depth for y'all. But if you are holding off for the same reasons as me, just know it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's actually really pretty. That whole collection is just phenomenal. Alright, so since that video, I have spent quite a bit of time with this candle. It's got maybe one burn left, maybe two. There's just a little bit of wax left in the bottom, but definitely enough to be able to give you a good full impression. You'll notice this jar is really clean. I haven't had any issues with sooting. The wax pool is clean. The wicks have performed well. They haven't gotten off kilter. They haven't detached from the bottom of the jar yet, which is why I think there's at least 1 or 2 burns left on this. In general, this has been a phenomenal, clean, quality burn, so I would definitely give it an A in terms of burn quality. Now, in terms of authenticity, this candle does really well, I think, at representing what the scent notes are. Those are the willow trees, sweet melon, wild blooms, and soft moss. There is definitely a floral in this, and I think, I'm not positive, but I feel like it might be magnolia. There's like this creamy floral note that's reminding me a lot of the magnolia candle from Goose Creek and also the magnolia candle from Kringle that I bought recently. And it's got a floral note in it that's kind of creamy and sharp. There is some cleanliness and freshness from the moss and the willow trees. It really does feel almost like woody and dewy and rainy at the same time. I wouldn't necessarily tag it as like petrichor, but definitely forest vibes, woody vibes to me. And then you also get just a hint of sweetness from the melon that's in here. So I think this is authentic in terms of scent quality. It is what I would expect. I will say I don't think the moss comes through as much as what I was expecting, but it does say soft moss, and I'm okay with that because I'm not usually a moss fan. Now, in terms of strength and throw, both are really good on this candle. Tested it in my garage, was able to smell it as soon as I opened the door and entered the room. It's pretty strong if you're sitting next to it, and I will say that it reads a little bit perfumey/soapy, and it does feel pretty powerful. So I think if you're sensitive to perfumey, soapy fragrances, this might not be for you. However, it didn't overpower me. I'm often sensitive as well. I did really like it. I don't know that I will repurchase this. It's not one that I'm really, it doesn't excite me. I think it's pretty, it's pleasant. I'm glad I tried it. The completionist in me is happy that I have the whole collection, but I'm not drawn to it. So I would recommend it if you like woody, floral, kind of soapy, feminine, pretty woods flower notes. But if you are kind of on the fence, you're not missing, you know, it's not phenomenal. It's not my favorite candle. I think you would be okay skipping it, but I did really enjoy it. So I would recommend it if it feels like your jam. Otherwise, I think you could pass on it, but the burn quality was just phenomenal. Let me know if you have any questions about this candle. You can put those in the comments below. And if you've burned this one, tell me what you think about it. What are your thoughts? Did you have a similar experience? Are you picking up on scent notes that I'm not hitting? Do you think it's magnolia? Give me some input and let me know what you think. If you appreciated this review, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That always makes me feel good and motivates me to continue to create content. And finally, if you aren't already, make sure you're subscribed. That supports my channel in the long run, and it makes sure that I show up in your YouTube feed. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye-bye.